Something that I have never seen anyone talk about before that I want to talk about is the resentment that you can feel towards your partner.
I knew I wasn't okay in the head when I found out I was being cheated on. And instead of being angry and sad, I was intrigued.
Nobody talks about the real effect of getting cheated on. Like, I don't know about the men. I can only speak from a woman's perspective. But when you get cheated on, that shit is detrimental.
I knew I wasn't okay in the head when I found out I was being cheated on. And instead of being angry and sad, I was intrigued. When I mean, like, what was the thought process, I mean in the sense of what led you to cheat on me. And not in the aspect of, like, what did I do wrong? Because I give a fuck less what you think I did wrong. I don't give two shits what you think I did that pushed you there. But, like, what was that moment that made you think, like, damn, I'm about to cheat on this girl and I'm going to really get away with it and I'm going to just do it? What was that moment? And how did you choose her? Like, why did you choose her? And not in a sense of, like, why did you choose her? Oh, my God, I'm questioning myself. But why did you choose her as far as, like, what was it in her that made you feel like, yeah, this is the one? What was it? How did she make you feel? Like, did you get butterflies, like, with me? Like, and not in no comparison, but just for better understanding. Like, I genuinely want to understand. And the bitch thought I was crazy. She thought I was trying to be funny. And I really wanted to know, like, tell me what's tea. I genuinely want to know what's tea. She was looking good. Can I see? Tell me. Matter of fact, call her. Because I want to know. I want to know play by play how this played out. Call the bitch. I want to know. I'm trying to see what's going on from the source. And yes, I'm a Virgo.
Did you know that resentment is a clear indication that you do not have boundaries? The reason for this is because usually when we are resenting someone, it means we feel powerless. So if someone is doing a behavior that is harming us or hurting us, and we don't have a response to that, that is protecting of ourselves, meaning that when somebody hurts us, we don't say, hey, because you did this, I'm going to do this. That allows the other person to have the utmost power over our lives, our decisions, how our future is going to go. And our lives are at the mercy of their behaviors and their decisions. And usually this is where you find resentment building up, especially if there's been betrayal happening in the relationship or pornography that you've asked them to stop. Listen, people who are boundaryless will not respect boundaries. But that does not change your consequences for them violating the boundary that you set. If you don't hold the boundary consequence, then that person will learn from you that they can do whatever they want and continue to harm you because there is no pain for them to feel because of their behavior. People change because they feel pain. That is why when they get caught, when something comes to light that they've been hiding and in secrecy, they are all of a sudden in touch with pain and the reality of what they've been doing. And that's why often people go towards change because they feel the pain. But if us as betrayed partners don't hold boundaries with consequences, they ain't gonna feel no pain. When someone violates something that they vowed to do, like faithfulness, like protecting you, and they go outside of your agreement, your response has to be boundary filled with consequences because they are not respecting the boundary lines that you have set together. Boundaries are loving. Boundaries are twofold. At first, it teaches people how to treat us. And secondly, when it comes to relationships, it is something that protects the relationship. So when people go outside of that boundary line in the context of relationship and how they're treating you, there has to be a consequence for that behavior. Otherwise, you as a betrayed partner will continue to be violated. And in some ways, this goes both ways. If the betrayer has gotten help and is working on themselves and doing what they're supposed to do by helping the partner heal in relationship, and there's explosive and aggressive, ragey anger that's coming at them, there's hitting, name calling, the betrayer has to have boundaries with that too. We teach people how to treat us. What are you teaching your partner, and what are you teaching your kids as they watch?
I will not be friends with or associate myself with anybody that cheats on their partner. I will cut a friendship off over that. How could you ever trust someone as a friend or trust someone in business if they are willing to betray their most intimate, most important relationship in their life, the person they sleep next to at night? They're willing to betray them? You think they're not going to betray you as a friend or in business? They absolutely will if they can get away with it. Cheating on your partner shows zero self-discipline, zero self-control, zero integrity. It shows bad character. And if you think that doesn't translate into other relationships, into other parts of their life, like, yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Nobody talks about the real effect of getting cheated on. Like, I don't know about the men. I can only speak from a woman's perspective. But when you get cheated on, that shit is detrimental. Especially when you're in like a committed relationship. You really love that person, and they do some foul shit and be disloyal to you. That shit will make you sick. And I feel like we don't talk about it enough. We don't talk about how it literally fucks up your self-esteem. Like, when somebody cheat on you, especially somebody totally opposite than you, that shit fucks with your self-esteem. You constantly compare yourself to that person, or if somebody looks like that person, you're constantly comparing yourself. You're constantly checking that person's page. You're trying to figure out, like, what do that person have that you don't have. You're looking at, how they dress, their appearance, how they talk. And it's crazy because majority of the time it don't even be about you. It don't even be about how the other person looks. It's about just egos. That's all it be about. But if you've ever been cheated on, the best advice I could give you is to go to therapy. Go to therapy. Okay? If you are deciding to take that person back, both of y'all need to go to therapy. Okay? Because if not, the relationship is not going to work. Okay? It's just not going to work. You're going to continuously feel like that person is being unloyal, unfaithful. You're going to it's just not going to work. Okay? And if you are the person that has cheated on your significant other, you are not allowed to tell your partner when or when not to bring up that situation or when to heal. Healing from cheating literally takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy, compassion, forgiving. If you're one of them men that feel like, your woman should move past it, you don't want to hear nothing else about it, then maybe just dead the relationship, because it's going to get brought up. Especially if y'all not doing any type of therapy, it's going to get brought up. But if you love your woman and you know you fucked up, you made a big ass mistake, you need to be prepared to do a lot of fucking reassurance. Like, I'm gonna need you every goddamn day, every week, to just remind her that she's the only one, and take the extra mile. Take the extra mile to make sure that she feels secure. Period.
This might sound crazy to you, but generally affairs are not about the affair partner. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. I sit with thousands of people who've had affairs, who have been betrayed, and I see the same things over and over again. The first thing that I ask someone who's been in an affair is to tell me what they loved or liked about the person. And the common thing that I hear is this. I'm going to quote it to you verbatim, how each person says it to me. They made me feel alive. I felt special and wanted. I felt like I could just escape my problems with them. They listened to me. They were interested in me and wanted to know about me. And then I will say, do you recognize that you have not said one thing about the affair partner and why you like them? Do you recognize that everything that you've said is about you? And then I'll ask, what do you love or like about your actual partner? And they will be able to describe everything that they like about their partner. And 9.9 times out of 10, they don't even talk about how their partner makes them feel, but they can actually identify who their partner is and how their partner is amazing, lovable, and worthy to be in relationship with. I mean, can you imagine knowing yourself so little that you think that you love someone, you blow up your whole family for that, and then come to find out you didn't love this person at all. You were just using them to deal with your own pain. Yeah, what a mind F. Now, this is a total mind F when you are being betrayed by someone and you're thinking that they don't love you, and yet the majority of the time, the betrayer actually knows why they love their literal partner that they have betrayed. And this is why affairs are an escape. They are selfish. They are self-focused. They are a way to deal with pain in a non-vulnerable way. And the majority of the time, they think that they're having feelings and connection with, but they're actually getting the deeper wounds that they have on the inside of them Band-Aid with this affair instead of actually healing the deeper roots. Betrayed partners are some of the most amazing partners, and it's never been about them. Now, obviously, there are some cases where there's relational dynamics that lead to some sort of breakdown of the relationship, but the betrayer is still 100% responsible for their behavior. And it has nothing to do with the relationship and everything to do with them and how they're dealing with their pain in an unhealthy, unproductive way. If this makes sense to you and you want to heal with me, go to the link in my bio, book today.
You know that feeling when you first find out that you're being cheated on? Like you see it in the phone, someone messages you, all that. I feel like that is a feeling you genuinely never forget. Like that moment in time, I can replay in my head times I found out, and it's a core memory in my mind. And I think because there's so much trauma associated when you find out that you're being cheated on, and that feeling of emptiness, your stomach just drops. And for me, I don't know, it's so hard because I can think back to that time and where I was and what happened in the whole situation, and just it's just in my mind, engraved in there. And it's so sad. I am such a believer of if you're gonna cheat on someone, just leave them. Why make someone have that trauma for the rest of their life because you have issues? Someone who cheats, it's their problem, not yours. But I feel like anyone who's been cheated on, you know that feeling so well. You don't forget how you felt, how you found out, where you were, and every little detail about it, because it's such a big part of your trauma.
This is for the ladies who got cheated on by their man and is still gonna stay. I repeat, this is for the ladies who are going to stay with their man after they got cheated on, right? And mind you, I am not a relationship counselor, but this is something that I would tell my homegirls. Okay, what you need to do is you need to cheat back. Point blank, period. Cheat back. You have to cheat back, because you're going to be crying, you're going to be sad, you're going to be wondering all the details, blah, blah, blah. So you need to cheat back on him, and it has to be with somebody that is attractive, that you're attracted to, and cheat back. And he cannot know. You cannot let him know, right? Because this is just for you to feel better about it. So now the power dynamics is the same, right? You have to cheat back. That's just the only way for you to be happy in the meantimes that you guys are still together, while you figure out your emotions and shit. Is this toxic? Yes, I'm very aware of that, but you're already gonna stay and you're already gonna be crying. Oh, Justine, I can't cheat on him, blah, 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 I love him. Okay, did he think about you when he put it back in? When it slipped out? No. So, yeah, you need to cheat back. You need to cheat back and go to the gym and you'll feel a lot better. And, you know, if this is a cycle, whatever, you're going to keep doing it until you're ready to leave. So, all right.
No one talks about the anger that you feel when you get cheated on. And when you're like a nice person and you like to be the bigger person and like handle things with maturity, it can be really uncomfortable to feel that type of anger. I was talking with my friend today who got cheated on in a horrible way, worse than mine. And she's like, I just want to move on. I'm feeling these really strong feelings. And I told her, I was like, hey, you feel these horrible things and spiteful thoughts and everything because he did something so horrible to you, betrayed your trust and made you feel like you're crazy, and it's normal for you to be pissed off. And you almost have this identity crisis because you're like, well, I'm not this angry person that like wants to get revenge and whatever, but like it just, when you reach that level of betrayal, you can't help but feel that way. And I think a lot of it is tied into patriarchy, where we're taught to be this like dignified queen, mysterious woman all the time and be the bigger person and, you know, act with grace and kindness until something horrible happens, and then you react in the way you react. So if you've recently been cheated on or betrayed in some way by your partner, you can feel angry. Feel it. I just walk all the time. Just walk, get to the gym, do something. Like, let the anger out, but don't push it down. Don't feel like at this moment you need to be this like perfect, well-behaved woman. Just like move and get that shit out.
Something that I have never seen anyone talk about before that I want to talk about is the resentment that you can feel towards your partner that betrayed you. Obviously, okay, resentment for all of the things, but I'm talking specifically about resentment in them actually healing. My husband is one of the guys that was like, I will do anything. I'm actually so thankful that you found out because I've been hiding in shame and I want to come clean and I want to tell the truth and I want to be known. And he did all those things. And that's great. But there is part of me that is like, that's great. You're healing. You're processing all of this trauma. That's great. Meanwhile, you dumped all of the pain onto me. He's in therapy. He's doing workbooks. He's doing group work. He is digging into his feelings. He is processing things. He's writing letters to his family. Like, he is going hard in the healing process. And I'm doing my best too, but it seems like there is so much focus on the one with the addiction, and not a whole lot for the partners that have been betrayed. And I'm so thankful, like I am truly so thankful that there are resources for people that have court addictions, because it's finally being recognized. People are doing research on this. It's like, it's great that this is happening, and I'm so happy for him. But there's part of me that's like, hello, you know, just kind of healing on my own over here. And I get it, I can get into therapy, but the therapist that I found for myself was like wanting to work with him more than me. And he's like, you can come in and join in. But I'm one of those people that just knows, like, I'm so self-aware and I know a lot of the stuff already, that every therapist that I talk to kind of just dismisses me and is like, yeah, like, you got this. And I'm like, I'm sick of being strong, okay? I'm sick of having to work through all this pain when, like, obviously I didn't ask for any of this. Then I get to see my husband making all of these breakthroughs, changing his life, telling me how much his life is so much better without corn. And I am, again, happy for him. But I'm drowning most days. Drowning. I'm filled with anger and rage and confusion, and I'm just a mess a lot of the time. And I know I'm going to be okay long term, but like, it just sucks to see them doing so well after they literally ruined your life. And then you're supposed to just like be with them and like be happy for them while also like dying on the inside. It's hard. It's hard, and I just haven't seen anyone talk about it. So if you're feeling the same way as me, here we are.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if somebody fucking cheated on you, they don't love you, they don't care about you, they don't respect you, and they probably don't fucking like you. Because if they felt any of those things towards you, they would have never fucking cheated. Stop making excuses for them. Stop thinking that they're gonna change. Stop thinking that it was your fault. You need to fucking leave. Why do you want to be with somebody that cheated on you? Why do you want to be with somebody that went and hooked up, kissed, talked, flirted, whatever, with somebody else? They don't care about you. I'm sorry, but the only solution is to leave and go find somebody that actually appreciates you. Because if somebody loves you, they are not going to think about anybody else. And all that bullshit of, they say they're gonna change, they said that they're gonna do better, they said that they're never gonna do it again. Okay, but you still cheated on me, right? You still cheated. So you can go do better for somebody else because you already did it to me. Please love yourself more and value yourself more than staying with somebody who clearly doesn't value you at all.
Let's talk about what actually happens inside of your brain when you discover infidelity. So when you find out that you've been cheated on, your brain doesn't just process it emotionally, it literally goes into survival mode. Your amygdala, the part of your brain that processes fear, actually lights up and your body thinks that you're in danger, and you actually are because the person that you thought was safe is not anymore. Then your nervous system floods with adrenaline and cortisol, so that feeling of anxiety, not being able to sleep, not being able to eat, your heart's racing, your hands are shaking. That's trauma, not weakness. Your hippocampus, which processes memory in the brain, is then what's going to start having you think of every little tiny detail. The smell of their cologne, what they wore when they went out a certain night, the sound of a text message, that you interpreted when they might have gone out and you were suspicious. Like, you start processing everything. This is also why triggers feel so overwhelming. And unfortunately, your prefrontal cortex, which is the one that helps you make decisions, slows down when this happens. It's what has you struggling to think of what to do next. What decision to make, should you stay, should you go, things like that. Your brain is literally acting like the betrayal is a threat to your life, because to your heart it is.